In the headlines, calls for the resignation of First Vice President of the National Youth Council, Firelander. Hospitality sector employees urged to do what is needed to welcome tourists back to the island. And Dominica defeated 1-0 in its first World Cup qualifying match on Wednesday. I am Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
Your old tablet? That's so 2020. Get a Samsung A7 tablet from Flow for only $99 when you sign up for a new All-In or All-In Plus bundle. Enjoy faster broadband speeds to surf and stream, more TV channels in HD to stay entertained, and unlimited flow-to-flow fixed minutes to stay in touch with everyone you love. So sign up today for a new bundle from Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, an appeal to those in the tourism industry to get vaccinated against COVID-19. This from President of the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association, Hans Schilders. Schilders advised those in the hospitality sector to play their part in ensuring visitors return to the country.
We're here waiting for the COVID crisis to be over. And in that aspect, I would say everybody working in the tourism industry get vaccinated. Get vaccinated as soon as possible, because the more people on island are vaccinated, the bigger the chances are that airlines will want to come to us, that visitors from outside of Dominica will want to come to us. If by Christmas we want to be better than we are today, I think we need to have at least 60 to 70% of our population vaccinated.
Recently, the Ministry of Tourism had announced a review of the Safe in Nature program, which had caused concern among hoteliers on island. The DHTA president is encouraging property owners to ensure they follow the necessary protocols and prepare themselves to welcome visitors when the time comes.
Be ready for guests to come. Make sure that you do all that is necessary to be safe, because this is a program where we want to show Dominica, and we are doing excellent in the world with our low number of cases, but we got to stay that way. So Safe in Nature properties, respect your protocols, implement all your rules, make sure that any visitors that come to check us out gets to be safe and welcome, and that is what will bring them back.
As regards the newly launched Work in Nature program, Schilders believes this will be greatly complemented by the Safe in Nature program.
Well, it's clearly that the DHTA is very interested in this program. In this time of COVID, we need all the promotion we can get for the island and all the visitors we can get. And when people have an interest to come work in nature, I expect that most people will first come to check out the island. So we do hope that it will bring visitors at first to our island, short-term stay. I hope people will come for a few weeks, a month. Maybe part of the family will come, check out the island. So definitely the Safe in Nature properties will benefit from that, because the visitors will have to do their quarantine.
In more top stories, attorney at law Joshua Francis remained in hospital another day. The former Member of Parliament for the Roseau South constituency, Joshua Francis, was admitted to the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital on Wednesday following a stabbing incident that day. Channel 5 News spoke with Public Relations Officer for the Dominica Police Force, John Carbon, on Thursday afternoon, who says the situation surrounding the stabbing incident remains the same. Here is the police report of Wednesday, 24th March.
The police is conducting investigations into a stabbing incident which took place in Belfast about 11:20 a.m. on March 24, 2021. Joshua Francis, an attorney who resided at Belfast, sustained a stab wound to his right shoulder blade region, allegedly inflicted by a female at his house. He was transported to the Maho Health Center where he was treated and then transported to the Dominica China Friendship Hospital where he is being treated and is presently in stable condition. Meanwhile, one female is being sought by the police in connection with this stabbing incident.
In other news, Education Minister Octavia Alfred says grade 6 pupils are ready for this year's school leaving exams. The grade 6 national assessment is being held on the last Thursday and Friday in May, which this year will be the 27th and 28th of the month. Last year, the exams were held in July due to the disruption to the education system by the COVID-19 pandemic. Minister Alfred says this year it's all systems go for the exams in May.
Our students are ready. The exam papers are ready. Our officers and learning support people are visiting schools to ensure we still have devices with past papers on that we make available to students who need them at home.
Alfred commended the teachers who have received the COVID-19 vaccine and says this will not change the health protocols being observed during the sitting of the grade 6 national assessment.
Even if our teachers get vaccinated, we are still following protocols. We still expect our students to continue as they did in September. We still have our hygiene wardens doing hand sanitizing. We still have people doing the tables because it's not a time for us to be careless because COVID is very troublesome. You can't be careless. So as we move further into May, we may make slight changes to the protocols, but as of now, they are still in place. And if under worse conditions, last year, our students made it, I am thinking this year, conditions are going to be more favorable.
As regards the push to online platforms due to the pandemic, Alfred says the ministry was moving in that direction before COVID-19.
Online learning was something we were already into. What COVID did, it kind of stimulated us and make us push it more rapidly. But before COVID, we already had teachers and students doing work online. We already had schools doing CXC fully online. We already had people giving assignments online. Now, all our schools have internet. All our schools, they have enough devices for mostly all the classes to be using at the same time. We have been asking our schools to submit to us how many more devices, the primary schools especially, that they're going to need to ensure that if one class goes with devices and another class must not wait for them to be through to have it.
In other developments, the local business community challenged to implement the necessary recommendations to help move Dominica forward from the pandemic. President of the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce, DAIC, Stephen Lander, made the remarks during the association's Eggs and Issues breakfast this week. The topic of the Eggs and Issues breakfast was what lies ahead for Dominica with COVID-19, the health and socio-economic perspective.
Dominica has fared fairly well in terms of managing this from a health perspective, but not without sacrifice on the economic front. And to give some context to that, according to statistics from the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, economic growth actually contracted by 15% thereabouts in 2020, and is projected to grow by just about above 3.25% in 2021. Now that's an optimistic view, but I think we will all agree that will not be achieved without some deliberate management. So I think it's very fitting, and I am very excited to hear from our speakers today who will give us perspective not from just the health side of things, but from the economic side, and help us and our members plan for how we move forward, coming out of this pandemic, as we now move into vaccination and what we all hope will be our return to normalcy.
Featured speaker at the breakfast was the WHO and the PAHO representative for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Dr. Yitades Jabre. Lander says now is a good time to have an in-depth discussion on the role the business community can play in bringing Dominica back.
I think we're having this discussion at a pretty opportune time, just about a year after we started to grapple with this COVID-19 pandemic. And it's critical for us to define our path forward against the backdrop of what has been primarily a health issue, but with a strong nexus to our economy. So I invite you to keep your ears and your minds open and to digest this information and go back and implement them in your businesses as you go forward.
You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better. Your old tablet? That's so 2020. Get a Samsung A7 tablet from Flow for only $99 when you sign up for a new all-in or all-in plus bundle. Enjoy faster broadband speeds to surf and stream, more TV channels in HD to stay entertained, and unlimited flow-to-flow fixed minutes to stay in touch with everyone you love. So sign up today for a new bundle from Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Welcome back. A former executive member of the National Youth Council has called on the first vice president of the NYC to resign. Jeff Bellot, who is from Soufriere, had served as an executive member on the National Youth Council of Dominica in the 1990s and was instrumental in drafting its constitution. Last weekend, first vice president of the council, Fire Lander, had participated in a Dominica Labour Party event in the Kainago territory. Bellot, who is also a community activist, says this is the second time in recent history such an incident has occurred and Lander should resign from his post as he has gone against the NYCD's constitution.
I just would like to add my voice as well to the situation with the first vice president of the National Youth Council violating the constitution of the NYC on the code of conduct. Current first vice president, Mr. Nanda, need to be removed immediately from the NYC, or at least being disciplined. We have to set example as young people. We cannot keep violating constitutions of the NYC or any organization, as a matter of fact. My view is that anyone that put themselves to serve need to serve without fear or favor and have to be able to stand on its ground.
Current president of the NYCD, Ashram McDougall, has said an investigation will be carried out into the matter. First Vice President Lander has refrained from commenting to the media at this time.
I also want to commend the current president of NYC for taking the matter seriously and saying that they need to deal with the situation according to the Constitution. So the Constitution clearly states that the first Vice President violated the Constitution and he should be dealt with accordingly. I think people have to realize Constitution has been put in place. to protect these organizations from corruption and wrongdoing of individuals. And once these people have violated those constitutions, disciplinary action should be taken upon them immediately. As young people, we cannot thrive like that. We have to set example as young people, and because we are the future of our country, and we'll need to set things right from the get-go.
And Dominica suffers its first defeat in the World Cup qualifiers. The senior men's national football team took on the Dominican Republic in its first qualifying match on Wednesday. At halftime, the score was 0-0. However, Nunez Rodriguez scored what ended up being the winning goal in the 52nd minute of play. In an after-match interview with media manager for the men's national football team, Gavin Richards, team captain Glenson Prince says he is disappointed with the results.
And I'm very disappointed, Gavin. Very, very disappointed. Especially, in the manner in which we gave up that goal. I mean, we know that is how the Dominican Republic wanted to play. We know they are very dangerous on the counter-attack, in transition, and we gave up that goal, and that was very disappointing. I also believe that we took too long to settle it. Probably took us about 15-20 minutes to settle into the game. At that level, it's just too long. You have to settle probably within the first 3 to 5 minutes to settle yourself and play. But we have some positives that we can take from the game. But all in all, it was a very disappointing performance.
While not able to pinpoint any exact reason, Prince feels the pressure of the game might have gotten to some players.
I think the pressure of the game probably got to players a bit. Obviously, you want to win, and our arousal levels are high. But just the atmosphere and everything, playing at that level is always difficult. So I could probably say that that probably was a contributing factor. But these things are normal before every match. You always feel a little bit of nerves, but once you get on the field, you have a mission, and you go out there and play to the best of your ability. So probably that could be a reason. I don't know what the other players would say was the reason, but I just felt that we just took too long to settle in the game, man.
Despite the loss to the Dominican Republic, Prince commended the team for their hard work on the field.
There were some positives that we could take from the game, Glenson. Fitzgerald, for example, had a pretty decent game in the midfield.
Yeah, Fitz is a warrior, and Fitz, he puts his body on the line. He intercepted a lot of balls. He won back a lot of balls, and that was very good. We had, I don't normally like to pinpoint players, but while you mentioned that, and I also mentioned Sydney as well. I felt Sydney did a lot of work. Overall, I think we worked hard, but we were just not. We worked hard, but we didn't work as smart as we should have, and so I felt that we had a lot of wasted energies. So I think that contributed to the defeat tonight.
Dominica's next qualifying match will be against Panama on Sunday.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better. Your old tablet? That's so 2020. Get a Samsung A7 tablet from Flow for only $99 when you sign up for new All-In or All-In Plus bundle. Enjoy faster broadband speeds to surf and stream, more TV channels in HD to stay entertained, and unlimited flow-to-flow fixed minutes to stay in touch with everyone you love. So sign up today for a new bundle from Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
To end the news, the headlines again. Calls for the resignation of First Vice President of the National Youth Council, Fire Landa. Hospitality sector employees urged to do what is needed to welcome tourists back to the island. And Dominica defeated 1-0 in its first World Cup qualifying match on Wednesday. Feel free to access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us next time.